Great moons of Pluto, Il Fettuccine. A new Star Trek movie is out. You know, I remember decades ago, in the 1970s, when Star Trek was on TV, and you know, it was kind of for nerds. You know, the dorky kids would hop back and forth from foot to foot like a troll under the bridge and go, ooh, I'm going to see some Klingon cleavage. But here we are, on July 23rd, 2016, and somehow Star Trek still has a magnetic attraction for you. And I was wondering if you could explain why, now, decades later, you still like Star Trek.
That's a kind of an easy question. Oh, great Kingsley Breath, observer of mayhem on the streets. Why is Star Trek so popular today? Well, because of Gene Roddenberry's vision, I think. He made a science fiction story that is ongoing. It never ends. There's an infinite number of stories you can build around the system that he created, Starfleet and all this. He endowed it with honor and with lots and lots of humor, which I, of course, like very much, and good-looking babes. I think I like the babes more than the humor, but I like them all. And optimism. And he's got a thoroughly individuated world there. There's no such thing as race prejudice anymore, unless you talk about Klingons. Patach! They're the bad guys. But even later, in the world of Jean-Luc Picard, they're friends now. Even the Klingons are part of the Federation. So it's an easy thing to answer. Star Trek is popular because it presents all these factors I just mentioned in one very funny package. And then when they're done with one, someone writes another one and they film it and they spend a lot of money on it and they make it good, and the whole world loves it. And why does the whole world love it? Why do Israelis and Muslims and Chinese and Japanese and Americans and even the Russians, why do they all like Kirk and gang and Picard, like, as our friend would say, follically challenged Picard? Why? It's because he's optimistic. We're going to live through the 21st century, maybe. And I'm looking forward to seeing this movie today for the same reason. I'm looking forward to the humor and the acting by these young people that have a double problem with acting. They're acting all the original cast's characters when they were young, when they were just starting out in Star Trek, and they nailed it. Especially Spock. That guy has just nailed it. And the rest too. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, Fred. So we'll check in after the movie and see if the hype meets the reality.
Yeah, and don't go away.
Will Fred love it?
Because I might go, oh, here's Kingsley. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Kingsley.
So it's now 3 hours later. We've just watched Star Trek Beyond, and here is Il Fettuccine with his Take It Home wrap-up.
Do you have specifics, or just do you want me to say what I thought?
I do have one specific.
All right. State the specific.
Was there one quote, one line in Star Trek Beyond that really stuck in your memory?
No.
What did stick in your memory for you?
Well, there's so many things that are whirling around in my little brain at the moment. But throughout the movie, all I could think of was John Cho, the guy that plays Chekhov. He's dead now because his truck ran him over. And it wasn't a battle in space, but something so humble as a truck that just smashed him.
See, I thought his name was Anton.
Anton Cho, I think. Something like that. Shelin, or the Russian guy, the guy that plays Chekhov. How are they going to replace him on the next movie? But back to the movie. I enjoyed heck out of it. I liked the movie. I liked the action. I liked, once again, there was one of the lines. think Spock asks Kirk, "What would you say we ought to do?" And one of them said to the other, and the answer was, "We do what we always do. We keep at it." And this determination, this tenacity, and the good humor of the whole movie was, again, paramount, and I loved it. I don't think it was the greatest movie they ever did, but I sure enjoyed it. I don't know if it'll break any box office records, but I would encourage people to see it. It's a pro-life, proactive, pro-fun, pro-technology, pro-good guy movie.
Very good.